Welcome back to A Book for My Sister podcast, where we are just two sisters hanging out and talking about books. My name is Amelia.
And my name's Cassie.
So thanks for joining us today, and we hope that you follow along our reading journey by subscribing to the pod and leaving us comments on what you're reading right now. We want to know your thoughts about what we're talking about today, so let us know, people. Cassie, what are you drinking right now to assist you through this discussion today?
I am drinking kind of a nasty matcha that I made myself.
Oh, okay.
I made it by myself, and it kind of sucks ass, but it's okay.
Does it look like swamp water?
Well, actually, I did take a picture to send to you, and I got a nice picture because I put it in a fun glass. I'll send that to you.
Yeah,
but
let me see.
It doesn't look amazing, and like the ice melted on the top, so now there's a layer of water now.
Ew.
And it just sucks. Like, I don't know what to do. I know I need to get I just don't have any other milk. I know I need to get a thicker milk.
Oh yeah, I mean, it looks cute in that cup.
Yeah, so I don't really know what to do about it. But it's like strawberry vanilla, which is yummy, whatever. But no, it's actually really upsetting because I had yoga this morning at 8 a.m. and so I got out at 9, and there's a coffee shop right down a few shops down, but I was like, oh, let me get one so that I can have a good one for the recording. But then I was like, no, let me save my money because I'm going to a little artist market later today, and I'll probably get a coffee there, and I was like, so let me save my money, make a matcha at home, and now I have this. So
what matcha brand are you using? Let's put them on blast.
Joe's.
What matcha brand? Oh, Trader Joe's. Well, Trader Joe's matcha is good.
Oh, yeah, it's fully me. I'm the problem.
Oh, okay. Do you usually make your matcha? I thought you did.
I did. I used to, but I don't know. It's started being bad.
Well, so it takes a lot of practice to get, I feel like, your matcha the way you want it to.
Yeah.
Mine took a lot of practice. It just kind of takes a second. So that could be, maybe you just fallen out of practice.
Maybe.
It's okay. Maybe. Well, it looks pretty at least.
Yeah.
Well, today I am drinking I made a similar thing to what I made last week with my chai, concentrate from Trader Joe's. With the 2 shots of espresso and my oat milk. But I did a slightly different thing where instead of just doing all oat milk, I added some Trader Joe's oat creamer, the brown sugar one.
Yum.
So it's a little bit sweeter because their chai concentrate is it's got this flavor that I can't describe. It's kind of like fruity almost. I don't know exactly how to describe it. But so I feel like you need something to balance it out a little bit. So they think the brown sugar creamer is really giving it the boost that I needed it to give. So it's pretty yummy, pretty good. I made it yesterday, and I was like, oh, this is actually really good. So highly recommend. Go to Trader Joe's, everyone.
I need more almond butter.
Well, too bad you don't have a Trader Joe's.
I know. Don't remind me.
Oh my god. It'll be okay. Okay. Well, today we are continuing our Devil Wears Prada discussion. This is just going to be our little movie recap for Devil Wears Prada 2, which came out at the beginning of May. And we both saw it for the first time this week after talking about, the book and the first movie, and we both saw it. So we're going to talk about our thoughts there.
Let's talk about
thoughts for your
thoughts for your thoughts.
I did want to preface this by saying, because I feel like I was are you on my notes thoughts for
Yeah, I thought you told me to open them.
No, I told you not to. I told you to open the Devil Wears Prada 2 out loud.
Well, I'm reading your
thoughts. These
are
my thoughts.
I agree with your thoughts.
Okay, well, I just wanted to preface because I feel like I was a little bit flippant about the first movie in the last episode. And I'm not trying to be because obviously it's got some problems, that movie. it's pretty reflective of the time and of fashion at the time. I think we did talk about that.
Maybe.
But, you know, I don't know. I'm sure that it definitely contributed to people feeling weird about their bodies because that was the time. I don't know that it made me feel weird, but I don't remember. We grew up watching it so much. It was like indoctrinated into me. But whenever she says that she just eats a cube of cheese when she feels like she's going to fall over, I never was like, maybe
I should do that.
A cube of cheese. I was like, oh, that's a terrible idea. So, you know, obviously problematic movie. We are not saying that this is like feminist icon movie of its time or whatever. And the fashion industry still sucks. And now we've got, obviously, we're in the time of GLP-1s and Ozempic and all that bullshit. And so I feel like the timing on this movie is also a little bit weird because the first movie came out during the time of like heroin chic and like, you know, tiny skinny inny winny little 00 ladies. And now, you know, we are in the time of Ozempic where you see Serena fucking Williams on your screen telling you need to lose 50 pounds or whatever.
20% of your body weight.
Yeah, geez. Not like you need that for anything. My God. So, it's, you know, I guess it's perfect timing for this movie where the first one was created during a similar time. But it just was, I was like, this is a little bit, and they do actually mention Ozempic in this movie, but I think they only mention it once near the end.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because they're eating, well, what it is. Okay, there are going to be spoilers for Devil Wears Prada too. Okay, guys. So we're talking about the movie. We're not going to obviously give an in-depth just like plot of the movie, but we are going to, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, maybe come back to us after you see the movie. But at the end of the movie, when Andy and Emily are in the restaurant and they have fries or whatever those breadsticks or giant potato wedges, whatever they're eating at the end of the movie.
They're like potato. They're like steak fries.
They're like huge.
Yeah, and she says shared carbs don't count.
Yeah, she says shared carbs don't count, and Andy was like, "I guess you're right." And I was like, "Andy," because it's interesting because for the whole movie they show Andy eating a couple times. And I thought it was funny how near the end of the movie, when she was like running around, she was in her hotel room, like, you know, trying to figure out how to save runway or whatever. There was like this huge cheeseburger on like a tray behind her, but it like hadn't been eaten. But it was there. And I was like, are you trying to make us feel like Andy's good because she's eating now and she doesn't have the problems that she had before? But she didn't even eat this burger. So, I think, you know, obviously it's good, but it felt a little bit, like, empty, because I'm like, well, I don't know. Everyone's still skinny in this movie.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep is, like, the tiniest I've ever seen her in my life. Like, and then they kept calling her 6, and I was like, first of all, that was 20 years ago. Can you guys not let go of, like, all of your thoughts and words from the past? But she's also like a size 4. I was like, okay, guys, let's just relax.
Whatever.
This is ridiculous. But anyway.
Well, let me tell you something. So my roommate Tara and I, well, she's never seen the movie, and I told her we were doing this, and she's like, oh, I've heard like such good things. I've never seen the first one. And I was like, oh my God. So last night we had some espresso martinis and we watched it. And because I was like, let me also be fresh for this.
Yeah.
And she loved it. She thought it was, you know, super fun. Obviously, like, we laughed at, like, the cheese. And we were like, oh, God, you know, like, the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, my God. Like, some of Nigel's comments.
I mean,
it was just like, what the
hell? Nigel's comments are crazy.
Yeah. But so it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But I was like, should we watch it? I was like, it's on Hulu and HBO. What should we watch it on? She was like, I don't really know. And I said, I think HBO has less ads. Wrong choice. It had probably the same amount of ads, but every single ad.
I think they have the same amount.
Every single ad was an Ozempic ad. Every single one. It got to the point where when an ad started, we would, because it's always 3 ads, we would guess. We'd be like, okay, I think it's going to be Serena, Charles Barkley, and the pill version. And I got it right like twice. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Really upsetting.
And they introduced a new guy who I've never seen before. I can't remember if his name was like Ken or Craig, but I was just like, whatever. And then We were joking because we were like, we don't think these people are real, like other than Serena Williams and Charles Barkley. We're like, are these people even real patients? Like what? Because they're like, for some of them they have before and after, but this guy Craig, like he just did not have any, or Ken, I don't know. Yeah, he did not have a before or after. He was just claiming that he lost 75 pounds. And I was like, I'm going to go on there. I'm going to pitch it. And I'm be like, okay, here's my commercial. I lost 775 pounds. And like, I'm just going to say it because there's no proof.
I'm just going to make up a number.
Yeah. I'm like, so Ken's just in this for the money. Like, I don't think he actually is a customer. Like, it was ridiculous. So, that was our experience with that.
They also have, like, a family on one of those ads now.
Yes!
It's
oh,
like,
my God, that was the first time I'd seen that.
Family.
I don't know.
It's new.
They didn't show the kids' faces, which I liked, so that makes me think that
they're like, running around, aren't they? The kids are, like, running around or something.
Yeah, but you only ever see the back of them.
Well, right. But I just am like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, that was the first time I'd seen that last night.
Kids should not be exposed to Ozempic in this way. Let's not do that.
Yeah, that was there. And then there was only one other ad that was not Ozempic, and it was a Raid ad for like cockroaches. So every time it would start, we'd be like, please be the cockroach ad. And then it wasn't most of the time. So
I feel like Hulu has the most GLP-1 ads.
Really? Because I thought HBO does.
I don't know. I feel like I see them on Hulu a lot. What was I watching? I was watching garbage on Hulu is what I was doing. And so I was watching garbage, and then in between the garbage would be Ozempic ads.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, I really wish we picked Hulu because
no,
this is crazy.
I think Hulu is every single ad is an Ozempic ad. I think on HBO, I get a lot of progressive ads, which I hate also. But
progressive. No, I think you have it mixed up. Hulu does the progressive ads. I think you have them switched because HBO does nothing but GLP-1s.
Well, I don't really watch a lot of...
nothing but progressive.
I don't really use HBO that much.
As a girl who falls asleep to Bob's Burgers every night, I know my progressive ads on Hulu.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever I know that on Hulu, when I watch it, there's the Ozempic ad. Because I was watching that Carolyn Kennedy and JFK Jr. show.
No.
Not RFK. And every single ad was an Ozempic ad when I was watching that. And that was on Hulu. And I was like, oh my God, this girl playing Carolyn Kennedy is like a double zero or whatever. Can you like leave me alone, please? Oh my God. And I'd be sitting there eating my snacks. And I'd be like, I need you to shut up.
I was laughing at these ads, eating a bag of chips. I was like, you guys suck.
It's so terrible. Mm-hmm. It's so terrible. Anyway, so time of Ozempic, and now we're watching Devil Wears Prada 2, and it's just an interesting time. But they don't talk about weight. I did think it was kind of funny that when they were in the meeting and Miranda kept trying to say horrible things to people, her assistant had to be like, HR said.
I like that. I like that part. That was funny to me. Some things, though, I was like, let her fucking say it. Some of them didn't seem too bad, but some I was like, yeah, no, you can't
abused by our bosses. But yeah. So my like overall opinion, my like just base opinion of this movie was that I didn't like it. And it felt so nostalgia baity to me, and I just was like,
that's a good word.
It was every other word out of Anne Hathaway's mouth was like a reference to what she said or something that happened in the first movie. Like, I thought it was cute when the movie opened and that seller in the square or whatever was holding up 2 blue belts, and one of them was cerulean and one of them was a different shade of blue. And she was laughing and she was like, tee, cerulean, whatever. Like, sure, that was cute. It was cute for a little bit. And then you're like,
it got to be too much.
Oh my God. She'd be like, remember this? And I'm like, oh my God, that was 20 years ago.
Let's think about this from a real life perspective. She worked that job for 8 months, 20 years ago. Less than a year. And she's referencing things 20 years ago that happened in the span of 8 months. Like, they should all know it. Like, she's like, oh, remember we did this thing? And they're like, oh my God, yeah. I'd be like, huh?
What?
Who?
Like, literally, I've had 4 jobs in 4 years now, or 3 years, okay? I have had a lot of jobs. After I leave a job,
I dump everything.
I've lived in the same place. I am like, I'm not going back. I had to go back to my old job one time to pick up a W-2 or whatever, the tax form. And I was so embarrassed walking in there. I was like, nobody look at me. Like, this is so embarrassing. And like, I'll occasionally go back to my job that I just had last year because it's a place that I would go to anyway. But like, when I see my coworkers, I'm like, sorry for being here. Like, it makes like, it feels to me, I'm like, and I would probably I like very rarely, unless one of my old coworkers were to bring it up, I would never be like, you remember when XYZ happened?
Yeah,
like,
in front of people? Be like, oh yeah, no,
that's embarrassing. But also I thought it was embarrassing because Andy was going up to like Caleb Heron and being like, oh, this happened to me. And I'm like, girl, that
she's like the high schooler. She's like the graduated person that comes back to the high school. Back.
Because that was like the peak of her life or something.
Yeah, for some reason that was the peak of her life.
I was like, that is so embarrassing.
I know. If I was Caleb, I would have been like, okay, girl.
Okay, girl. I literally, that's what I said when we left the movie. I was like, I swear to God, if someone came to my job and went, 20 years ago, I was doing what you're doing.
I'd be like, that's funny. Right. Anyways.
You're old. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, old.
I just was like, I was like, that's so embarrassing. But so it was just so like, there was just reference every other second. There was reference. Yeah. And Nigel's entire purpose was to basically say his exact same lines as he did in the first movie. Like when she goes in there, because for some reason she's upset that Miranda is exactly the same as she was 20 years ago. Okay. Except she's nicer than she was 20 years ago.
She's so much nicer.
But Andy's like, she's just not like telling me that I'm doing like, okay, yeah, no, bad bosses suck. Mean bosses shouldn't exist. Okay. Obviously this is, boilerplate. Mean bosses are terrible. But you accepted a job to work with her again after knowing who she was already, and she's actually nicer than she was before, even though she's still mean. But she goes in and complains to Nigel about how, Miranda doesn't like my pieces that I'm writing. Blah, blah, blah. And he basically gives her that same exact speech about giving her a star on her homework or whatever. Like, I was just like, okay, like...
Yeah, he's like, you gotta find something that people want to read.
Then
maybe.
Have you grown in the last 20 years? Why are you doing the same exact job?
Same place, yeah.
He's doing the same job.
If this movie was accurate, he would be doing a completely different job, being in charge of things, absolutely not related at all. But they have to keep him still to maintain the nostalgia of the movie.
Yeah, well,
let my man go. Let his wings fly.
Like, something that I was talking to Mom about this, because, and after reading the book, it kind of reminded me of this. The point of working for Miranda is to do the thing you want to do, right? And so I thought this was for Emily and for Nigel in this movie. I was like, and they say this in the first movie. They're like, Andy's like, I just have to work here for a year, and then I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And in the book, Miranda says that to her. Like, Miranda knows that's why people come to work for her. She's like, what do you want to do? And then he's like, I want to work for the New Yorker. And she's like, okay, well, let me talk to people in New Yorker. Like, or let me try. So I thought it was weird that, I mean, in the first movie, obviously, Nigel thinks he's going to get that job, and then he doesn't. And he feels betrayed, but he's like, well, Miranda will, let me do something else in the future.
She'll pay me back one day.
Yeah. And then in this movie,
she did 20 years later by letting him do a speech.
Well, in this movie, we find out that she has done that to him multiple times, like pulling jobs away from him. And the only reason she's able to even let him do the speech at the end of the movie is because Andy is like, well, Nigel, I think maybe wants to do that. And I just think it's weird that Miranda's not aware. Like, I think that it's like, obviously she's unaware of people's feelings or whatever, but I do think it's odd. I just think that behavior is weird. It doesn't like match what we're being told about her,
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird. And then when we find out at the end that Emily is the villain, and Miranda, she's like, well, Miranda pushed me out of Runway. And Miranda's like, that's because you weren't creative. I'm like, okay, hold on. So Emily worked for Miranda for like 3+ years. Emily could have said, I want to go work in the marketing department. I just thought that it was weird that Miranda, even if she thought that Emily wasn't creative enough to go work in marketing, she could have been like, Well, here's something else, because you've worked with me for so long, and I seem to have this, like, secret knowledge about each of you that you don't think that I have that I do. And I think you could do this thing instead. Like, I feel like it's weird that Miranda had to push Emily out. There are, like, 1,000 jobs at Runway.
Yeah.
And Miranda has access to all of them. So it's just weird to me that we get this narrative about Miranda not helping anybody except Andy.
Yeah.
And then
it was her greatest disappointment.
I know. And then I was like, Emily being, I feel like my points are all over the place right now, but Emily being a villain didn't make sense to me either.
Yeah.
Like, did that make sense to you?
No, not really. I thought it was kind of dumb.
I mean, it was dumb, but I was also just like, she's not, like, in the first movie, we're never like, Emily's evil. You know,
yeah.
She's obviously got, you know, some
like
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
and she's, you know, she's not the nicest person whatsoever. But she's not evil. Like, and, like, I also thought it was just odd to me. Like, I feel like her character, obviously people change in 20 years or whatever, but it wasn't believable to me that her character from the first movie could transform into her character from this movie. It was just, I was like, I feel like she wouldn't end up with that man. That ugly... That
man was so nasty.
That ugly, nasty man. I don't think that and Emily, like, she was so... I was just like, that is not the same character. This is a different character. If you wanted to have a different character, give us Jacqueline Follett or whatever her name is again. If you wanted to bring someone back and have them be evil, have it be Jacqueline Follett. That makes way more sense. And also, you know what? I'm just now getting this thought, and this is, like, totally disconnected from this. It has to do with the other thing. I think it's weird that Miranda says Emily's not creative, because then when we walk into her store that she's working on, and she's
so creative.
She has that whole wall in, like, rainbow colors of their, like archival looks or whatever. And I'm like, that is creative. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? That's creativity. It really just
makes no sense.
Like, it didn't make sense. And then her man, I hated to watch him, whatever his name is.
I think a better ending, instead of her being like, actually, I was planning on replacing you the whole time. I think a better ending would have been them buying it and him being like, all right, now my plan, him being evil and be like, I want to force her out and I want to replace her. And then Emily stepping up and being like, what? Yeah. You can't do that. You didn't tell me you were going to do, like, why does it have to be her that, like, she was the mastermind of this evil plan? I know. Why can't it just be that nasty man?
I know. It was weird. And Thomas pointed out something that was, because also Emily's guy, I don't even remember his name. I have no clue what his name was.
I don't know.
But he sucked and I hated him. And he was talking to Miranda, because Miranda was like, so, like, what's going on with you buying the magazine? And he was talking about, like, how in the future, like, people are going to be making soulless replicas of stuff, and, like, Runway's just going to also be that or something. He said something about soulless replicas and, like, AI. He was talking about AI. It was a very AI-heavy movie. It was not in the sense they were using AI.
I have another note about that.
Okay.
And we can get to that in a minute.
And it's just, I thought it's ironic, and I kind of thought this too when he was saying this. He was talking about, like, just replicas of things. And I was like, that's kind of just what this is. This movie is just, like, a soulless replica of the first movie. Like,
Clock it, Thomas T.
I like, who is this for? Who is this movie for? Like, it's just recycled material in fun. Like, listen, I like to see the fashion, okay? I'm a fashion girly. Clothes. I like to see the fashion.
Love Lady Gaga.
I thought it was weird that she and Miranda had, like, beef or whatever.
Yeah, what was the point of the beef?
Thomas was like, was that a reference to the first movie? And I was like, no, nope. I literally don't know what that was.
He acted like we should know what we're talking about. I know. I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
What? It was very strange. I don't know. It was just, the whole thing was weird. And then, like, the only music that was new was, like, the Lady Gaga Doechii song. And everything else was, like, the exact same music as the first movie.
Yep. Just like that.
Yep. What was your AI point, Cassie?
I was talking to my friend Lauren about the movie. She hadn't seen it, but I think she'd seen the original. And I was like, yeah, like they're talking about like AI and like you know, of course, obviously, the fashion industry has changed. Like there's no more like their print magazines. Everything's online. Like I get it. I get that that's where we are.
The fact that the Vogue September issue is like skinny is like huge because that's like their biggest issue of the year or whatever. So yeah, it's changing for sure.
And so it's like I understand that that's real life and that's the modern world we're living in. And I was like, but the point, like the reason we love the first movie so much is because it shows us into this like magical world that we would never have access to. Yeah. And now that magical world is kind of sucky. Yeah. And it's like we come to this.
I was thinking this
to feel transported. I'm like, I wanted to feel transported into this beautiful creative world, not this world where they're like, so the Instagram. I'm like, oh my god, I see that every day. I experience that every day. I want to come to the movies and be like, and I want to feel nostalgic.
I want to feel like Nicole Kidman at the movies.
I want to feel like Nicole Kidman. It's like I don't want to hear movies talk about AI. I genuinely do not care.
I said the same thing. Point. I know.
I'm like, let's just ignore it. And it's like, I do get that it's not a reflection of reality, but I'm like, I don't go to the movies to see reality.
Yeah.
Because reality sucks. I get it. I'm aware, you know?
I also, when we left the movie, I was like, it was kind of like not relaxing to watch because they're talking about AI and they're also like, in their meetings, there's no like florals for spring groundbreaking. It's like not like silly fun meeting where she's being quippy. It's like, I don't know, like, I don't know. As someone who has on and off again done social media for like side work and stuff, it's like stressful to me. So I was like,
this is stressing me out.
This is just like not fun, and I don't. Yeah, you don't see any of the making of, even the fashion posts, we don't see any of the making of the fashion posts like how we see the making of the spread or whatever in the first movie. Like, there's no meeting where they're debating about belts or anything like that, I don't think. I don't remember. I don't think there is.
No.
So it's just like, I thought it was almost stressful to me because I was just like, this is like, I just don't want to talk about AI. I just hate AI.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
If you're a listener,
that's not realistic. I don't want to.
If you're a listener and you use AI on purpose, please stop fucking doing that. Thank you for going to my TED Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stop doing that. You are dumping bottles of water on the ground. Thank you so much. Anyway. Oh, also, the other, like, big point is just, like, I thought that Andy was just acting weird the whole movie. Did you think she was acting weird? She was acting like a child.
She was kind of, like, almost, like, millennial, like, humor, like, how some of her lines were delivered. Yeah. I was like, what? Now, of course, I can't think of a specific instance, but I was thinking, I was like, that's a weird way to say that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't seem real.
No, that's actually a good way to describe it. And, like, I love Anne Hathaway. She's a very genuine person. She's, like, not afraid to be cringy, and I love that. I love Anne Hathaway, okay? We grew up watching Anne Hathaway. I love her. But I don't know her. It was just, like, she was acting the whole time like she was surprised at what was happening at Runway with Miranda's behavior. And I just thought that was funny because it's like, well, obviously you remember working with her 20 years ago because it's all you can talk about. So why are you so surprised at how she's acting? Like, I'm not saying that it's okay. It's not okay for your boss to treat you that way. I don't think it's fine. But you did experience her already as a boss. So what makes you think that she's gonna treat you now like she's so excited? Have you ever seen her in the time that you knew her be excited to see somebody? Did you ever see her do that? No, you didn't.
Honestly, I was hoping that everyone would have the reaction to Andy the way Miranda did, where she said, "Do I know this person?" Like,
I know.
But everyone else is like, "Oh my god, And it's like, I would not remember you. I'm sorry.
No. And, like, I think that it's believable. It's not, it's definitely believable to me that she wouldn't remember Andy because she's like, okay, I've had like 2 million assistants and that was 20 years ago.
And the thing is, if I was Andy, I wouldn't expect her to.
No.
I would not expect her to remember me at all.
Not at all. But then I thought it was not believable for Miranda to not know who Emily was. Obviously, she knew who Emily was because at the end of the movie, she was talking about Emily being a threat or whatever. Like, she knew who she was. So that I thought was a little bit ridiculous to be like, who is that? Like, what do you mean? That is Emily. She was your assistant for a million years. You know who she is. But Andy, you know what? Yeah. And when the trailer came out and she was shown not remembering Andy, people were like, well, why does she not remember Andy? Does she have dementia? Like, whatever. And I was like, well, I mean...
She is... One of the
this is a long time ago.
Alive. Yeah. It was 20 years ago for 8 months.
I just like, I don't know. If she interviewed someone yesterday for 3 hours and then you came in the next day for work, she'd probably be like, who is that? You know, like, yeah. I don't know. I was just like, it's believable to me that she wouldn't remember who Andy was. But I just thought that Andy's whole behavior where she was like, now we're going to be best friends. Was like, weird. And like after they hadn't seen each other in the middle of the movie when she's at Miranda's house in the Hamptons, which first of all I thought it was going to be some sort of humiliation ritual for Andy. Honestly, I was like expecting something bad to happen, but then nothing bad happened.
Yeah, no, it was actually really pleasant.
It was really pleasant. And then Miranda was like excited and was talking to Andy about something that she was excited about, like getting promoted or whatever. So in the middle of the movie, it's like they are starting to become friends, but it's like, girl, you got to give it a minute. You can't just come in guns blazing like, oh my God, hello, I haven't seen you in 20 years, but aren't you so happy to see me? I'm going to plop down at your desk uninvited and just like act like this is my house. Like, that's not how you act at work.
Yeah, and I did like how throughout the movie their relationship did develop into more like colleagues.
Yes,
I did
and
like
it
that.
did, yes.
I thought that was really sweet. I thought her being wine drunk and admitting all those things to her at the hand, I was like, oh, that's nice. That's lovely. I love that.
Yeah.
But I will say, after watching the first movie last night, it's like, yeah, you see that Miranda's can be a little mean. She's very tough. And in this movie, she's obviously has to tone it down a little. Mm-hmm. Why did I kind of miss that, though? I was like, that's what makes her so fabulous.
We come to this place to be bullied by Miranda Priestley.
That's what makes her so fabulous, because she's so chic while she's saying something so brutal.
Oh, my God.
But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like that. It makes you almost in awe of her. But you're also like, oh, yeah, don't treat people like that. But you're like, it's a movie. It's not real. She can treat people like that.
Well, it is. I mean, real it was. I think that, what's her name?
Anna Wintour?
Yeah, God, I forgot. I think she does treat people like that. But
okay, yeah, but I was almost wishing, I was like, can we get a little bit more of that snarkiness, that sassiness? Like, it was kind of almost gone. Like, the sassiness, I think, is what I'm really talking about. Like where's my coffee? Where she died or something? Yeah. Like, that's not necessarily like berating her, but it's being sassy, and it's and she looks so fabulous when she does it. It's like she's
hanging up her coat by herself, not able to reach the coat hanger.
Like, why can't someone else hang her coat?
Oh my God!
I don't know. Maybe that was like, she doesn't have to. I don't know. I wish she was a little bit more sassy, like in the original.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was kind of fine with how she was acting. I thought her clothes, when she was wearing that coat with all those like tassels on it, I was like, oh my God, I really want that jacket. No, I thought it was cool.
I said that was weird.
No, I liked it.
No, Lainey loved it too.
Thomas was like, what is she wearing? I was like, I think it's cool. I thought it was fun.
Another thing is, so I know that there were a bunch of like celebrity cameos throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. I did not know who a single person was, but they were acting like I should know who they were.
Wait, what do you mean?
You know, like at the Hamptons when they were introducing people, they were genuinely introducing famous people as who they were.
Yeah,
but I was like, I have no idea.
You don't know who John Baptiste is?
I knew who he was. He was the only one. He was the only one, and every other one else, she was like, "Oh my God, it's so good to meet you." I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?"
I think I recognized a couple of people, but I didn't recognize all of them.
In Italy at the fashion show, you know, when they're trying to make you see a cameo, when they like they're panning across the crowd, but they take a little longer to pan across one person, so you know, you're like, okay, that's a cameo. No idea who you are. And they did that a lot, and I was like, am I supposed to know who any of these people are?
I thought it was crazy that Emily was yelling at Donatella Versace. I was like, girl,
that was funny.
Why is she doing that? This poor lady. I actually don't know anything about Donatella except that her brother was assassinated, and it was sad. I don't know. Yeah, what's her what was his name? Something Versace. Something Versace.
His
name started with a D, I imagine. I don't know. He was assassinated.
Daniel.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there anything else? Did you have anything else?
Well, I just want to say I saw it with our mother. I saw it with my friend Lainey.
Colleen
and then
liked
her
it.
Mom. Colleen loved it.
I talked to her about it yesterday.
Lainey's mom loved it. Lainey loved it. She was literally crying at
Oh my
the end.
gosh.
Because she's also she's also a very emotional person, which is beautiful.
What
so
was
like
she crying
cries at like
about?
lots of things.
How did
she
it
thought it
end?
was beautiful.
Wait.
She liked how Nigel was like, I've always looked out for my girl or whatever. Like she
Oh,
that was
nice.
that was which it was sweet. It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so she was crying and I just she loved it. So and then I was yelling and they were like, "Oh my god, how did you?"
And you were like, "That was not for me."
It was fine. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't for me. It was for some people, I guess. I was talking to our mom about it the other day.
Some people.
And she was like, well, I just loved that movie. And I was like, well, I'm so glad that you loved it. I just was so befuddled by these choices that were made.
Yeah.
I just was. But let's see. I was glad that we saw Lily, I guess, even though we didn't see her that much. But it seems like she's doing good. Her apartment was ginormous.
Yeah, she was doing great.
Yeah, and I was glad to not see Nate. So thank God for that. We don't need to see that.
No, because Lainey, she had never seen the original. She watched it the day before.
Oh my gosh.
Also very fresh. And she was like, where she was like, it sounded like almost like they were getting back together at the end of the movie. I'm surprised he's not in it. And I was like, well, I don't really care.
No one likes Nate.
Because he sucks. No one likes Nate.
Yeah, Mama said the same thing because when I was talking to her about it, she was like, well, I was wondering where her little boyfriend was from the first movie.
No.
I was like, well, she had her little rich millionaire love interest contractor guy.
Yeah.
Who lives in the same building as her, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
she's fine.
She was doing just fine. Although I thought it was dumb how she had this job for 2 seconds and then she immediately rented like an insanely expensive apartment.
No, I was like, that's really dumb.
It's like,
yeah,
this is what we call a bad decision. And
should have waited for some security.
Yeah, wait a little while. You don't know what's gonna happen. And she did that after she'd been working there for a couple weeks. So I was like, so you know the vibe of how Miranda feels about you, and I'm sure she could fire you at the drop of a hat. Okay, it's not. She doesn't need.
Yeah.
It's not an organization where it's hard to get fired. She could fire you in 2 seconds. So I don't know why you would do something like that. Also, her apartment before was cute. I know that she had weird water at the beginning. That was weird, but it was a cute apartment that she lived in before. I wouldn't be like,
cute.
Let me get the hell out of here the second I have any money that I'm making. I just thought that wasn't very smart.
I'd be like, let me hire my own plumber to fix my pipes.
Well, if you're renting, you don't really want to do that.
Well, I'd be like, oh, landlord, you don't want to pay to fix this. I'll pay someone.
I'm sure she talked to her super, and they were like, well, sorry, lady. That's just New York for you. I don't know. I've never been to New York.
And I would say, okay, so I'm going to hire an outsider to look at it because I don't believe you.
Yeah.
That's what I would do with my newfound funds.
That's
what I would do.
But she did have a nice apartment at the end. That was a nice apartment.
It's a very nice apartment. Oh, I know I was seeing a lot of comments, like, just on the social medias about how lighting in movies have changed and how every movie looks like a commercial now.
Yes.
And they were, like, comparing, like, the lighting from the original to lighting of this one. And I was like, yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
That really sucks. Let's bring back warm lighting.
Yeah.
Get some warmth on her face.
Something else, too, and I was talking to Thomas about this the other night. I don't know what we were watching. We were watching Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
Love.
And it made me remember how I heard that in like Netflix movies and like new movies, they do this thing where they will they'll change the camera focus so that you can only see like the people on, like the main character people on screen who are talking, or whoever's talking, you can only see them, and then they kind of will blur the background. But then like back, before Netflix movies, I guess, they were making movies where you could like see everything, and like maybe there would be a little in some scenes when you were supposed to get a certain amount of like emotional heft or like something from the scene that it's supposed to be communicated to you by the way they're using the lens or whatever, then they would focus on the two characters.
Yeah.
Like if it was a serious conversation or something, then they would do that and kind of blur out the background, but it was only used for things like that. And now that is just how they film movies, with that like focus just on the two people talking. And they don't kind of have you see, so you can't even see the background hardly, because it's like kind of blurred out because you're only supposed to be focusing on the two people. And it's a very like social media informed way to like make a movie.
Yeah, and it sucks because I love watching background actors.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're
I
so
love to
fun.
see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Especially if I've seen a movie a bunch of times. I'm like, I know what they're saying, so let me focus on people in the background.
Like in Love Actually, there's people just running all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like to see what they're doing back there.
Yeah, I know, I do too. So, anywho, just a little movie trivia for you guys.
Yeah, so another movie I'll be interested in seeing about the lighting and the lens and all that kind of stuff is Practical Magic 2. They better get those girls in that homey lighting.
I am
not
excited
like a little
to watch that movie.
I'm going to be mad.
And you know what? I didn't even think the first Practical Magic was that good.
Neither did I, but I love the vibe.
Cozy. I love the vibe. When I watched that movie, I was disappointed because I had heard that it was really good, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is like just okay. Like, this is nothing special. But the vibe is good.
I wasn't disappointed. I thought it was really good, but yeah, I loved it. So that they better just continue that kind of feeling in the next one. If I come out there and Sandy Bullock has like bright lights on her face like she's in a goddamn Ozempic commercial, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna throw my Olipop at the screen in the theater.
Oh my god.
Wow. So it's the first time that Mama had been to a movie theater, and like she says, like, I think I haven't been to a movie in like 6 years. Like, okay, that's crazy.
She's not been to a movie theater since COVID. That can't be true. It might be true. That can't be true. That sounds
true to me.
That is crazy.
So I had my bag, and I had my water bottle and my snacks.
And she was like, "Oh my god, you can't take that in with you," or.
Yeah, no, because I was like, oh, do you want me to hold your water in my bag? And she said, well, I was going to leave it in the car. And I was like, why? And she said, well, they're not going to let me take it in. And I said, Colleen, I was like, you could take a bottle of wine in.
They would not care.
And she was like, what? And she's like, Cassie, you have snacks in there? I was like, yeah. She couldn't believe it.
Oh my god. I think me and Thomas go to the movies like at least, like I think last year we probably went like 12 times. And then this year, we've already been like 5 or 6 times.
Also, why was it I bought all of our tickets just in one, and I had people Venmo me? Why was it $50 for 4? No, it was. Wait, how much? Yeah, no, it was $50 for 4 tickets.
It's
I was
expensive
like,
to see a movie.
You got me messed up.
This is why we see a lot of matinee movies on a Saturday, because it's slightly cheaper. Or if you go on a Tuesday night, you get Tuesday night fare. That's like cheaper tickets. Or at least here it is. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait. No, I think it was almost $60.
I bet it was. When me and Thomas go see a movie at night, if we go see a movie at night, it's $30 for the two of us to go see a movie.
Okay, yeah. It was $59. That's how much it cost me. Just for 4 people to see a movie on a Wednesday night. Yeah. Like, are you kidding me?
That's how much it costs.
Are you joking?
That's how much it
ridiculous. Costs. Absolutely ridiculous.
That's how much it costs. It costs $30 for us to see Devil Wears Prada. We saw the drama a couple weeks ago. It cost $30 to go see the drama. It was on a Monday night.
Crazy.
Oh, the drama was good. Did you see the drama?
No, was that with Zendaya? No, I did not see that.
It is. That's a good movie. That's what that is.
I haven't been to a theater since The Long Walk.
When was that? That was like the fall?
That was a long time ago.
Oh my god. We are going to the movies next week too, because Backrooms comes out next Friday. We're going to go see it on Saturday. I cannot wait. And we also have like 4 other movies that we want to see. Have you seen the trailer for that Is God Is movie? I want to see that.
No.
It's like that revenge movie. It's like a revenge movie. These girls have to go kill their dad.
Okay.
It looks really good. Anyway.
Interesting.
I'm a movies gal. I'll always go to the movies. I come to this place very often. So
this place I frequent.
I frequent this place. Oh, man. Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, wine drunk Mirandas in the Hamptons. do you rate this movie?
I would give this movie 3 wine drunk Miranda Priestley in the Hamptons.
I would, and honestly, that makes it sound like that scale makes it sound better than it is, because I would love to see a wine drunk Miranda in the Hamptons.
I mean, yeah.
But I give this 2 wine drunk Mirandas.
I also forgot to say
Yes.
Lucy Liu in this movie. She was good in this movie.
Yeah, she was good.
I totally forgot about that whole subplot.
Yeah, that kind of stuff was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of weird.
It was definitely kind of weird. But she was really gorgeous. I mean, she's always gorgeous.
Yes,
but
she looked great.
She looked amazing. Anyway, 2 to 3 wine drunk Miranda Priestley's in the Hamptons. This movie was niche gut, as they say.
Niche gut.
Niche gut. I guess if you are, if you really, really, really loved the first movie like we did, and maybe, I don't know, maybe if you're someone who wants to bathe in the nostalgia of the first Devil Wears Prada movie, but you don't want to watch the first movie, then watch this movie. Because this movie just made me want to rewatch the first movie. But I just saw it like last month, so
it really made me want to rewatch it too. I almost went to bed watching it that night, but then I was like, no, I think I want to watch it with Tara in 2 days. So I contained myself. It really did just make me want to watch it.
Yeah, I was like, that movie is just so much better. But so maybe that's who it's for. If you want to just watch something nostalgic but slightly different, then watch this movie, I guess. Have a ball, have a blast. The guy who did the Severance music did the music for this movie. Apparently.
Oh, so he just copy pasted from
Theodore Shapiro.
He just
redid the music from the first movie, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, that's another thing, is that I think this movie cannot stand alone. I think if you have not seen the first one, you will not like, nor understand, nor appreciate the second one.
No.
I think it cannot stand alone on
but
its own.
I don't think that anybody who hasn't seen the first one would be like, I'm just gonna watch the second one without watching the first one. Because it's not going to be appealing.
People who were maybe like dragged to the theater by friends, they're like, okay, I guess I'll go hang out with you and watch it. They'd be like, yeah, that movie sucked.
I mean, yeah, they probably would. I mean, it's definitely not. It doesn't hold up if you haven't seen the first one, or if you didn't like. If you didn't like the first one, if you didn't like the first one, then you're definitely not going to like this.
You're not going to like the second one, but you'd be crazy not to like the first one.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of A Book for My Sister podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at A Book for My Sister podcast. We'll be back next time. That's the name. Don't forget it. Don't wear it. Well, wear it out. Maybe don't. Whatever. We'll be back next time with a new Science Fiction Friday episode. Bear with us. It's going to take a couple weeks because we've got a family wedding that we've got to go to, and that's going to take
wedding.
So just bear with us as we resume our typical posting schedule. New Science Fiction Friday episode coming at you in June. So keep on yapping and reading. Until then, that's all.
Another problem I have with the movie. They didn't end it with that song. They set it up.
I know.
They set it up to end it that way, and then they didn't.
I know.
I was like, you know what? If you're going to go full into the nostalgia, just end it that way.
They really did. I really was waiting for them to do that.
But then they were like, no, we're keeping you on your toes. Don't piss me off.
I know.
Anyway.
Bye!
Bye!